Hello children and welcome to the session today. Children, we know that we all need a lot of energy to survive the day. And to get this energy, we eat food. This energy is required not only by human beings but also by plants and animals. And all of us have got slightly different ways of utilizing this energy, for getting this energy. So today in this chapter number 10, we are going to talk about transportation in plants. Now, what kind of transportation is it? This is the transportation of the materials inside the body of the plant. Now, let us take a very simple example. There is a beautiful picture given in the book that shows the movement of water inside the plant body. As we can see here, we know that plants undergo a process known as photosynthesis, and we also know that water is a requisite for the process of photosynthesis. So when water is absorbed by the roots, where does it go? It goes upward to the leaves. Now the leaves will carry out the process of photosynthesis. They are going to use up some of this water. What are they going to do with the excess water? They are going to throw it out in the form of water vapor by the process known as transpiration. Now this water has to go from the root till the tip of the tree. How does this take place? What is the process behind it is exactly what we are going to understand today in this chapter. So be it herbs, shrubs or trees, all plants need transportation, and transportation of food that is created during photosynthesis, oxygen created during photosynthesis, and the waste products that are to be excreted. In this case, carbon dioxide. Then there is requirement of transportation of water and minerals. So the transportation system in plants, which is also known as the vascular system, is made up of many tubes. Now, before we move on to understand the system of these tubes, let us understand three basic terms. The first term is diffusion. Diffusion is simply moving in and out. For example, if you're standing in a lift with a lot of people, when you go out, you find more space to move. So just like that, what is diffusion? Simple in and out movement from a high concentration area to a low concentration area. The second is osmosis. Osmosis is specifically the transportation of water molecules, again from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. The third is imbibition. Imbibition is the absorption of water by living or dead cells. So when you soak the pulses in water overnight, what happens to them? They increase in size. When they increase in size, what is happening? They are absorbing water. Now let us understand the system of tubes inside the plants with the help of this video. Plants need to transport water and mineral salts absorbed by the roots up to the leaves. Food prepared by the leaves also needs to be transported from the leaves to all parts of the plants. The transport system in plants consists of the xylem and phloem. Together, they form the vascular system. The root hair absorb water and minerals from the soil. The absorbed water and minerals move from cell to cell in the root and enter the xylem vessel, which is located in the center of the root. The xylem forms a continuous network of channels connect the roots to the leaves through the stem and branches, transporting water and minerals throughout the plant. Plants lose extra water in the form of water vapor by the process of transpiration. A suction pull is produced that pulls water from the roots upwards to great heights. This upward movement of water and minerals in a plant through the xylem vessels is called ascent of sap. The food produced by the green leaves is transported to all parts of the plant by the process called translocation. Translocation takes place with the help of the phloem tissues that form a continuous network of channels connecting the leaves to different parts of the plant. Now, through this video, you have understood the function of xylem and phloem. Now, let's understand how this transportation is taking place. So, the roots of the plants are taking up water simply by the processes of diffusion and osmosis. Now, water is entering through these two processes, but how is the mineral entering? The minerals cannot be simply absorbed by the root hair. For them, active transportation is required. Once these minerals and water has been absorbed by the root hair, they are sent up to the xylem vessels. Children, the salts are also absorbed because they are in a higher concentration outside in the soil and in a lower concentration inside the root. So that is why they move from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. Now, as you have learned, this concentration of minerals, water increases in the roots. Now again, they have to move from higher concentration to lower concentration, meaning the upper part of the plant. So what is this called? This is known as ascent of sap. And similarly, transportation of food takes place. That is mainly in the form of carbohydrates. And what is this process called? It is known as translocation. Now let us understand some more about transpiration. So we know that the roots are absorbing water constantly. This water is going up the stem in order to help in the process of photosynthesis. Now the leaves cannot use all the water that has been absorbed. So what do? They give out water by the process which is known as transpiration. Now what is the effect of transpiration? It is responsible for maintaining turgidity and in the growth of the plant. It has a cooling effect on the surrounding areas. Now also, transpiration creates a low pressure area in the upper part of the plant which pulls the material from the lower part of the plant. Also, children, we have to remember that when the rate of absorption is lower than rate of transpiration, plants begin to wilt. And there is temporary wilting in the afternoon when the rate of transpiration is much higher because of the sun's heat. And then in the evening, when the sun's heat calms down, the plants become all right. But there is permanent wilting, in which case the plant dies. You can understand the process of transpiration by conducting a simple experiment given in your book under the guidance of your teacher. So children, this was all about transportation in plants. Time for you to get back to the exercises. Thank you.